Howdy, 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 everybody. How are y'all doing? Let's check and make sure we got audio. Let's make sure we're live. Looks like we are. Sorry for starting a little bit late. I was making dinner. And I guess until some people come in and we can... So, some things with Zombicide is I'm currently working on the map builder thing, which is going to be critically important to making sure I don't completely lose my mind as I'm trying to build the maps for Zombicide. But yeah, let's just put that away. Oops, ow. Can put that away and we can do some bagpiping while we await for some peeps to show, as the kids say. You know, you can just add the phrase "as the kids say" to literally anything, and it makes it like a 6-7 joke. Like it makes it like a kids say this kind of joke. Oh, a little tight. Okay, hopefully this works okay. Let's see. Wow. That might just be one of the smoothest times I've ever done a scale. Okay, let's try the scale now with grace notes. All right, grace notes. Here we go. Okay. And let's go down the scale. Same with the grace notes. Okay, cool. Let's go 2 notes at a time, up the scale and down the scale. Okay, so you heard that little hiccup there? That's just because when you're moving the fingers, when you're going from like an F note to a D note, you gotta go from like this kind of position to this kind of position. So all the fingers are moving at once, and that's what makes that part really difficult. However, so if you get the kind of sound, that's just because these fingers go down right before these go up. And so I've been working on trying to make the order go the other way so that these go up before these come down. So, yeah. Let's go up the scale the other way. Wait, that's the one note. Hold up. Let's try that again. Okay, so we got to go E to C. And then... Okay. And now let's do that with grace notes. Okay, sticky fingers there. Okay, that's going to take some practice. Going D to F, so D to F with the grace note. So the sequence goes like this. So you're starting from here, and go up, and then slam it down and transfer the fingers. It's like all the fingers are moving. It's very complicated kind of motion. How nice it is that I now actually have a proper connection to the body. So what my brain tells my body to do, my body actually does. I don't have stupid fingers this time. Estrogen is a heck of a drug. That's all I can say about that. Okay. Okay. Blew too hard there. Okay, let's try going down the scale. Nope, that was the wrong note. Okay, F. Okay. So going to low G is a little tricky. Nope, that works then. Okay. Let's do the other one. Nope. It's C to E. Okay, so C is this, E is this. So also kind of a weird motion. Let's see. That was the wrong note. Okay, C to E. Okay. And then E to C. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some Avicii. Avicii's Wake Me Up. So let's turn on the metronome for that one. So this is where let's actually we'll do Amazing Grace first, just that we have good, so we can do the complexity practice, and then we're going to use Avicii for the, we use Avicii for speed practice. Okay. Amazing Grace. Okay, so we got a D strike there. Okay, so I do. Okay, D strike. Let's do this. Okay, now on super quick. Okay. So the first few notes of Amazing Grace go like this. Nope, that's not it. Nope. And now we're blowing too hard. Okay. Gotta calm the nerves in order to avoid blowing too hard. Okay. Okay, that one's a D to F with a grace note. Wrong note. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Then we go. Oh, that worked out well. So going E, and then we do a D throw, which is low G, D, and then C, D. In sort of a quick succession. Okay. Let's try that one again. Okay. And then we do grace note to B. And then a strike to A. Okay, so this one's a movement I haven't quite fully practiced and gotten down. So we start with a B, and then you strike, which means quickly moving the fingers down like this. And so it goes. Yeah, like that last one. Okay. Okay. So then it goes A. Nope, wrong one. Then it goes F to E with the grace note. And then you get this thing with the A, like a high A, strike, high A. Okay, so we're going F like this. Okay, A is, no, this. A is this. Okay, so it goes F. And so we go A, high A, strike with the high A, and then back to high A. So it's like, and this one's the one where my backpipe instructor said to like brush the thumb across this hole here. So let's try that one. Okay, a little faster. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what it's supposed to sound like. So it goes from here. And then another strike with the A. Followed by F. Nope, that's another D to F. And then that's a grace note from D to B. Nope, that one's a strike down to A. Okay. Cool. Neat. Okay. So that's Amazing Grace. I'll of course be practicing that outside of stream. But also stream ends up being a good time to actually do the practice because often I end up forgetting a bunch. Okay, let's now, let's do Wake Me Up by Avicii. So here we're gonna do the metronome. Okay. Crank up the volume. Okay, 60. Nope. Okay, let's take that slower, just so we get the notes right. Okay. Okay, let's turn that up a little bit. Two, 1, 2. Okay, that one was somehow I was blowing too hard and made the reed stop. Okay, go a little faster. Okay, and suddenly this thing's doing weird stuff. Might just be because my fingers are getting tired and a little cramped. Okay, in that case, that's a perfect time to stop. And still nobody's on, so I presume that's because everybody got scared away with my bagpiping. So, in that case, we shall continue work on Zombicide. And so I think today what we're going to do is start building the maps. And to do that, I'm going to want a tool that will help me build maps. Because Zombicide has a lot of maps, and I want to be able to create new ones. What's up, Iskil Struve? I don't believe we've met. How are you doing? New person in the chat. Welcome. I've got my teacup right here. In fact, let me go refill it real quick. I'll be right back. All right, Iskil Struve is doing well. If you want to play some games, just let me know. I can play some games. Let's turn on. Oops. Nope, not that album. Let's do this one. Good kid. Okay. Let's see. All right. This is the good kid stream here. All right. Not. Yeah. Okay. I have made one big miscalculation in that my screens are way too dim with these sunglasses on, so I gotta turn up their brightness. All right. Can't. Oh. Oh yeah. 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 Did you see CJ Purple Princess's comment about that? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's work on Zombicide. Okay. Okay. So we're making a builder for maps. So there's two different things that we want to be able to place. There's elements and there's zones. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah. So this was a... Can I copy these codes? What codes? Into my own data pack. I guess? I mean, it's code, so I guess go for it. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. There's two different things that we want to place on a Zombicide map. That is elements and zones. So for the elements, these will be like the little targets that we're going to place down on the maps at particular places. Okay. Let's replace city with elements. And replace line with zone. Okay. Okay. Replace city with element. Excuse me. And replace every line with zone. There we go. The name of the server resource pack. It's my own creation. It's well, I call it the. And I just call it the data packs. The Yeah, it's just I have a different data pack for each of the games, and the resource pack is just I just put all the card game textures into one resource pack. Just makes things easier. Okay. Anyways, map builder. Let's see. So you got the position, double 0.01. Yes. Okay. Let's see. And then we place a zone, but the zone, we're going to make an interaction. So there's going to be like that. This will be width, let's say 1, and height 0.2. And that is not relevant for this particular case. Instead, what's relevant is... Okay. Nope. Okay, we're good there. How are you using multiple data packs? That's just... I could make it into one single data pack. What this setup makes it easier to enable and disable certain games easier. So, like, if, let's say... I don't know, Sudoku was acting weird, I could just disable the data pack and block off the teleporter pad, and then Sudoku's just not going to be playable until I can get it fixed. Yeah, that's just how I do things. That's just how my workflow goes. Yeah. Okay. So that's element plus x minus x plus z minus z. Here, we don't need to do that. Okay. Here we can actually do a zone. There we go. Because zones don't have a direction, but they do have a size, which is what's going to matter for what we're about to do next. Yeah, so we don't need that. go. And we got a delete element, delete zone. And now here's where the... Okay, so then... Okay. Yep. And prints out that. Okay, good. And then... let's see. So width, I think I want to do it in 0.1 increments. Potentially. Let's see. So I got move zone, but instead of rotation, we're going to store the width of the zone. There's going to be width and scale it up by 10. Okay. And then print out the width. Cool. And then to get the actual, so then to bump up and down the width, we need to do this. So we do plus width. You want to turn up the video quality. Let's see. Can that be done? I don't think so. I think that's just because that's, wait, really? You can't turn it up to 1080p? Oh, you can turn it up to 720. Yeah. Sadly, I don't think I have the ability to record in 1080p. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm just straight up not able to do that. Because my computer is not powerful enough to be doing that kind of stuff. Is it? Check. Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that seems like a... Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. But you can turn up the quality to 720p, which, I mean, if 720p is not enough for you, that's... What kind of screen do you have? That's a... I don't think my screen can even display that kind of thing. Okay. So now we want to bump up the width and also bump down the width. So, how do we do this? So this is where having multiple data packs is very helpful. Because I can go into here and open up the Ticket to Ride Maps data pack. And here we can look at, because I have a similar thing for Ticket to Ride. Oh, I just did that. Okay. In that case, we're gonna need to do something fancy then. So. Okay. So as new zone, we're now going to do execute store result score at s width run data get entity at n tag equals at s actually width, scale it up by 10, and then we're gonna do execute not execute. We're gonna do scoreboard players add at s width 1, and then we're gonna store it back. So that's using a similar kind of thing as here. Okay. So zone plus width, we're now going... Oh, we don't want that actually. We want to do this. Nope, not that either. Oh, this is where we do the resetting the position so that we don't have weird decimals right here. Okay. You just use VS Code instead of Notepad. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's easier ways to do this, but whatever. Okay. So we store it as a float, 0.1, and we then do scoreboard players get at s width. There we go. Okay. Cool. And with that, let's see if this does what we want it to do. Because if we can get this to work, then we are in real business with getting a map builder. Okay. Let's boot up the card game hub and see what we got. Alright. Booting up Minecraft, and let's see if we get what we're going for. So that'll summon an interaction. Okay. 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 So we're going to run the function Zombicide, zmaps, zmap builder, activate. Okay. Now we place a command block out here. Okay. Always active. Okay. And that places the zone. Okay. So, let's start by seeing if we can place an element. Okay, there we go. We got a new element. And this gives us coordinates. Okay. Nice. Maybe I might want to have the positioning be a little... Well, I guess when it comes to elements, precision is not necessarily a requirement unless it comes to things like doors, in which case I guess we do have to be precise with that one. Okay. Even that's pretty good. Okay. I don't think we're going to be using that too often. But what we will be using a lot, assuming this works properly, is the zones. Okay. So let's place a zone here. Okay. Can we move it? Apparently not. Okay, why not? What do you tag as? New zone. Why are you not working? Get zone plus x plus z minus x minus z. Is this what I'm... Is this your code? Wait, what? Oh, I see what's going on here. This is not a carrot on a stick, it's a warped fungus on a stick. Haha. I have seen the error in my ways. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's reload. Let's try that again. Okay, cool. We can scoot. And scoot minus z. And now, plus width. Oh no. Oh no. Huh, you can make 0 width things. Fascinating. Okay. So that did not work. Let's see why. Okay. Width. So let's say I want to bump up the width. So we gotta do... Okay. After scaling of 10 is 0. Okay, good. Okay. Then we want to bump up the width by 1. Okay. Let's see. What if we added 10 to the width? Is float actually an option? Yes. Let's see. Okay, what if we did beta modify with set value 1.0? Okay. 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 So let's set the width. Okay, let's set the width to 10. I mean, this should be fine, right? Okay. Oh. I think I might have... I think this might be what's going on. Oh, nope. Nope, it's just straight up not doing it. But why? Oh. Tag equals news zone. Oh. Oh, so it does work. Okay. In that case, we just screwed up this part then. Okay. Oh, okay. What if we stored it as 0.1? Aha. Okay. Which translates to width 1. Well, hold up. Does it? Does it? Hold on. Let's make sure that Minecraft can do math properly. Yes! Okay. Okay. We can scale things. In the derpiest possible way, but we can scale things. So. We now need to do the minus width. Okay. Reload. Okay. plus width. Go. What? Okay. As at e tag equals new zone. Add 1, then store it back. Does a minus width work? No. Why is this not working? Oh. Let's see. Okay. Let's go bump up. There we go. Wait, what? How come we can only go up so far? That's weird. How strange. Okay. Width. Okay. So it should be 6. Now add 1. Should have 7 width. What? Why can you not do that? That's a little strange, but okay. Is it a limitation on like a float thing? Oh, looks like it might be. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Okay. Point is, it works. So all is well, and we can then scoot it in whichever direction we want, and we can make it as big or small as we want. Yay! Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, cool. I think we want to maybe add one more command block to this, which involves interactions. Okay. So here we're going to execute as at e type equals interaction, nbt equals interaction bracket on target, run that. And if we do that, then then we also need to do data remove entity at E. Actually, execute as at E, but it equals. Nope. Just type equals interaction. Data remove entity at S interaction. There we go. That way it's not a one-time use thing. Okay. And this is a valuable command block to have, so we're going to add that as part of the activation next time. The next time we decide to activate this thing, activate this data pack, we want to be able to also do this. Oops. Down. Okay. Cool. Okay. And with that, let's see if this actually does what's advertised. Okay. So I should be able to, yeah, there we go. Now we can click the interaction, or we can click outside the interaction, and yeah. It still allows us to scoot things. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So other than that, we're not doing Ticket to Ride, so I think we can get away with maybe even just... I think we can just get away with doing this. Because here with these boards, it's kind of like Risk in that, like, you have the vague, like... With Risk, you have just vague ideas of where the... of where things are supposed to be, and you don't have to be too horribly precise. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and then bump up the width. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. Okay, so now we have a map builder, so we can go into here and go, oh, let's add an interaction for this room here. Well, let's do a +Z, and then we got to bump up the width a little bit, and there we go. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So with that, now we can start to build some maps. So here's the idea that I had. We can build a tutorial map and basically get it fully operational. Like 100%, all the features, feature ready, because the tutorial map has all the elements except for one. The one element being cars. And cars are an entire thing. Like, they're gonna be a whole thing to try to deal with. So, the tutorial... Actually, you know what? Let's actually do one of the car ones. Just so that we can have, like, one map to rule them all, at which point we'll have... Yeah, like this one. Once we have the one map to rule them all, then all the other maps will just be nice and simple and straightforward to make. Okay, so what's this one? The 24-hour race of Zombie City. Okay. Future objective, take the PS5 experience. You can use cars. Okay. You can search a police car. Okay, cool. So I think this is a good, yeah, I think this is going to be a good starting map, because also it's nice and it's relatively big. Plus it's got connecting rooms here. So that would be good as a test. Okay. So this is 24 hours of Zombie City. 24-hour race of Zombie City. So that's this guy. $1257.5 is the block ID. And we want to plop down. Okay. Okay. So I want to do 24-hour race. What's up, CJ Purple Princess? Welcome to the stream. How ya doing? Okay. Okay. Yo, CJ, check this out. I built, so you know how like Ticket to Ride, I've got like a quick way to build Ticket to Ride maps? Well, now with Zombicide, check this out. Plop down a zone. Actually, I want the zone over here. Let's move the zone over here. There we go. Those are the coordinates of the zone. And then, oh, I want the zone to be a little bigger. Oh, actually, no, I want it to be a little smaller. How cool is that? Yeep. Skill Struve. Yeah. So yeah, I got different things to place down elements and zones, which is going to be very important for this for Zombicide, of course. Okay. So now, let's plan out what these. So first thing we got to do is place the actual zones. So this is the 1x1. This uses a 3x3 grid here. So that means these ones don't matter. Okay. So for area 1-1, this is going to be map number 4E. Okay. Okay. So this is 4E. And 4E, the way it needs to be arranged is like that. Or it needs to be rotated like that. Okay. So let's see if the 90-degree rotation... Oops. Yeah. Skill Struve, that was on purpose. That was a decision made by all of us on the moderating team. Your comments were not appropriate. So, yeah. Simple as that. We'd warned you multiple times not to be doing that stuff. Okay. Okay. So board 2-1 is supposed to have map 3C. Yo, the openings actually light up. Woo! Okay, sweet. Okay, so this is supposed to be 3C. Yes. Okay. So we got map 3C with rotation -90. And then this one's 1B. Okay. So then number 3-1 is supposed to have map 1B. There we go. Ooh, okay, these don't quite line up. Okay, we're gonna need to fix that. Okay. Sweet. So that's 1B. Okay. So that's map 1B. Let's input that in. 1B with rotation -90. Okay. The next one up is 5F. Okay. So this one is board tile 1-2. is supposed to have 5F. Okay, wrong rotation. Flip that around. There we go. Positive 90. Okay, so that's 5F. Okay. And next up is 6B. Okay. And with 6B, the smaller room goes on the left. There we go. Oh, the doors actually don't rely on the walls. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay, interesting. Right. So that's 6B with rotation negative 90. Okay. And then this one here is 5C. And 5C has that rotation. Okay. So positive 90. Okay. That's 5C, rotation positive 90. Okay. Isco Struve. Okay. Here's the deal. The stupid thing you did was not destroying things. Oh, okay, that was dumb. Like, that was very dumb. But then, the thing that actually tipped it over and led to the ban was you going all melodramatic about it. Okay? That's the kind of, like, the specific kinds of things you were saying are not okay. Alright? That's not the sort of... It's not the kind of thing we want to be doing here. Okay? I don't take melodrama well. None of us do. Wait, what? Oh, strange. Wait, what? That's not 4D. Is it? No, because that's... Okay, this is correct. But this is a different room. I know it's one of the 4s. 4E? No. Okay, 4C is rotated backwards. Is that what I'm supposed to use? It looks like it. What an odd decision. Why are the instructions giving wrong things? That's so strange. Okay. So that's 4C with a neg... That's 23. Which one had the... 3, 2, 1, 3 is 4B. Okay. It's 4B with a rotation of 90. And then 23 is supposed to be board tile 4C with rotation -90. And then 3-3. Yeah. Yeah, CJ, you got it. Yeah. We run a tight ship here on the JavaMonk channel. And we don't tolerate that kind of, we don't tolerate that sort of behavior around here. I do have a fun story though. Let me just finish saying this and then I can tell the story. So, CJ, I think you're gonna, yep, I hope you find this story really funny because I think it's really funny. So, earlier this week, I got rage baited. Yeah, that's, I got rage baited. That's kind of the best way to describe that. It was dumb, definitely not my smartest move, but it was kind of like it ended up not being too bad in the end. So I was walking around campus, and there were these people who pulled up with a big old table and a mic. And on that table, they put a big old sign that said, "Trans women are men, prove me wrong." And they were doing the classic thing of like debate the college students. Look at the woke mind virus. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Well, so I saw that table and I'm like, okay. I know these people aren't serious. They're trying to get in for clicks. But also, why not have some fun with them, right? So, yeah, I got rage baited into engaging with them. So the way the interaction worked, the way the interaction went was, walked up to the booth, so the previous guy was getting completely demolished. Like, there was like red in the face, and it was like calling the table people like Nazis, and they were like, "Oh well, define a Nazi, bro." It's like, the classic stuff of like being a jerk, right? Exactly the kind of stuff that I don't allow in the server. So I basically tap the guy going, "I gotcha, just I got this." Walked up to the table and I'm like, "Hi, actual trans woman here. Your sign says prove me wrong. Okay, what evidence do you want to prove you wrong?" And at which point they were like, "Well, you can't prove us wrong because we're objectively correct." And so, like, they said, "We're objectively correct, just like how 2 + 2 is 4. At which point I went, "Well, funny you should say that, because there are number systems in which 2 + 2 is actually 1. That is a true thing. That's a true fact. I can tell you all about that." And in fact, I did offer. I was like, "Yeah, I study this. There are number systems where 2 + 2 is actually 1. I can tell you about that number system if you'd like." And they were like, No. Okay, fine. Let's debate this then." So, yeah, the whole time, like, I could see the. So what I learned was you can really mess with those people by. So let me pause the music because this is important. So, if you get rage baited into interaction with these people, you can really mess with them by standing there quietly and thinking. Like, there were a handful of times when, like, I brought up a point and they brought up like a counter argument with like, "Oh, you forgot to consider this." I was like, there was a thing where it's like I was talking about like what it means to be trans, and they were like, "Oh, so you think men and women should be treated differently?" At which point I looked at them and I was like, I told them, "Hold, I think I see where you're going with this. Let me think about that." And then just stood there and thought and pondered about how to argue my way out of the trap that I knew that they were going to lure me down. And in the process of being like in the process of that, like they started throwing garbage stats. They started just throwing racial slurs around. Like they were just like they were just straight up. At one point during that interaction, there were multiple times that I paused and I'm like, okay, hold on, let me think about what you just said there, because I see the trap that you're trying to lead me down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. But the like I could see the trap that they were trying to lead me down, and I was like, okay, hold on, let me think about this. And in the process, they started throwing weird racial slurs and like trying to do like a weird Asian accent, like that was like stereotypically trying to be as offensive as possible. And when they did that, I just kind of raised one eyebrow at them, and I think I even like kind of muttered like, "What are you doing?" Which, yeah. Yeah, they tried so hard to get a rise out of me, like so incredibly hard, but I did not fall for it. Okay, I am as stupid as the fact that I interacted with them, as stupid as that was, I am quite proud of myself because I never called anybody names. I did not speak on, yeah, I did not speak about anything that I did not have expertise on. I only spoke on the things that I had expertise on, and I refused to engage with anything when they tried to pull me away from it. So, yeah, I'm far too petty for that. And also, you know, it was kind of fun in like a masochistic kind of way. You know, like it was just kind of fun to mess with those people. The other fun part that happened was so I was up at the mic for a full like 20-30 minutes. Like I got them going. Like in this kind of back and forth where like the whole time I was the one in control of the debate, which is kind of hilarious. Like the debate bros always try to like get you to respond quickly because they're good at that. They're good at quick responses and then leading you into corners and logical pitfalls. That's how they get their clicks, right? So when you pause and go, let me think about that, first off, you interrupt their editing because now they have to interact you thinking. They have to edit out your pondering. And then second of all, you have time to think, which means that you can then turn the tables on them and lead them down a logical inconsistency. So, yeah, in fact, I got them to agree, for example. Like, they were trying to use an analogy of like, well, why can't I identify as a 60-year-old and get retirement benefits? And I'm like, I actually got them to kind of agree to the idea that age identity and gender identity are not the same. Therefore, they should not be treated the same. So there was that. I also got like, if they do decide to edit out a clip of what I said, like, I also gave some good information. Like, for example, the fact that trans women get periods. Surprise. Or just the fact that, like, the decision to transition is not one that you just wake up one day and do. Like, it's the kind of thing where, and also, history is important, but also, when you're practically interacting with people, it's only the present that really matters. So, history is, in fact, one of the most important things. Like, the kind of life that you have to lead in order to even consider transitioning is an entire, like, it's not something that can be like, you can't discount that. But also, for the present, what really matters when you're interacting with a person is the present. And so, in the present, you treat them how they want to be treated. Yeah? So, yeah. And I did so I got to give that kind of information, which hopefully they decide to keep a couple of those clips. Now the most hilarious part. While I was talking to the table people, like a crowd gathered around, and the crowd was dead silent the whole time. I couldn't see the crowd because they were all behind me, but like they were dead silent. And the second that I was like, okay, I gotta go to my next class. As soon as I walked away, that crowd started chanting them off campus. So it's like they were waiting for me to finish intellectually bench pressing these toddlers before they started chanting them out. Which yeah. So I take that as a win as well, because that indicated that the crowd wanted they let me cook, which I cooked. Again, bad idea. Do not interact with those people, okay? Just don't do that. Just don't, okay? But if you're going to, have fun with it. Yeah, I went in there with my goal for that interaction was primarily just to see what would they argue. What are their arguments going to be? And if and I succeeded at that. Those were their arguments. They did whatever they could to try to get a rise out of me. They failed miserably. It's very hard to get a rise out of me. And so when people do manage to, it is an accomplishment. And those people were not going to, because I was coming in with a cool head and a mindset of, let's just see what these people are about. And so, yeah. I never called anybody names. I didn't raise my voice, and I only spoke on things that I had expertise on. So, I'm quite proud of myself. Don't do that though. Don't do what I did though. Just don't try that at home. Okay? It's not, your results may vary here, okay? I got very lucky in that regard. They're probably not actually going to use any of the clips that they're probably not even going to use any of my clips, just because I basically gave them a thrashing, intellectually speaking. So, and they made absolute fools of themselves, which that's also the benefit of sitting there quietly and thinking. They get to be the ones who are who just completely lose it, and they make idiots of themselves, which, yeah, that's they make total fools of themselves, and just for that, it was worth it for me. You shouldn't do that though. Just saying, it's not worth it. Okay, that's my story. That's my rant. I got rage baited. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. All right. Anyways, here's Zombicide. Here's the little map here. Here's what the different rooms look like. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so I guess let's start placing in the zones. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. So this will be map number 4 is what we're going to be building here. Okay. So we want a zone here. Let's maybe move it up a bit. Nope. Nope. Minus C. And let's go plus X. There we go. So we want to summon an interaction at the coordinates -6.57, 56.1, and 7.63. Oh, that floats slightly, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So I think we do want to make it 56.0 then. Okay. Let's call this zone. Map element. And this will have width 1.0, height 0.2. Okay. Okay. And let's tag this as a new zone, because then we're going to do scoreboard players set at E, predicate equals Zombicide, in dimension, tag equals new zone. This is going to be zone ID. This will be 401, because it's map number 4 and zone number 1 in map number 4. I think that's a good way to do that. Okay, and this is in fact 6__zone ID. Excellent. Okay. And I don't suspect there's going to be any map with more than 99 zones. That would be absurd. Okay. So that's zone number 1 right there. Actually, you know what? Let's do... Okay. Let's go there. Okay. And then we're going to do tag get E, tag equals Zombicide in dimension, tag equals new zone, remove new zone. And this way we can have that. Okay. So that's zone numero uno. Okay. Next zone, we'll go here, and let's bump up the width, and let's scoot it this way. See, this is where it's going to be really annoying that the interactions have to be square. Yeah. I'm sure it's fine if we cover part of the sidewalk, right? Yeah, I think this is better. Okay. So this will be width 1.7, and this will be at 6.43, and 5.47, zone 402, and then here, nope, okay, this place went down here, okay. And this is width 1.5. This will be zone 403. And that's 6.74 and 3.00. So that's how we're going to be building these rooms here. And I guess we can go over here. See, the thing is the other thing is the IDs are really not actually going to be all that helpful, I don't think. Just because they, like, I'm not sure how we're going to be able to store information like what's considered within line of sight. I think I'm just going to have a database of like, if you're starting from here, here's all the zones that are within line of sight. I suspect that's just how it's going to have to be. In fact, I bet I can do that as like a data storage thing. That's an idea. Okay. Let's do, okay. Kind of like how we do with the Edge database, but like we can do it even smarter. Zip maps. Let's do zone database. .mc function. And what we can do is store, okay, so we do if score at s 6 zone ID matches 401, we just write down all the zones that are within line of sight. So how do we do that? Data modify storage Zombicide line of sight line of sight. Let's do Zombicide zone info. We set the value to, so itself is going to be in the line of sight, and then only 402. Whoops! Oh crap. Arrays. Okay. The only other zones that'll be in range are 402. So we can just do that. Well, okay. That's what's in range in range 0. In range 1, we'll have 402, and that's it. And then range 3, I believe the farthest out that a weapon can range is 3 zones, right? Let me check. Let me just check that. Okay. We have 0 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Okay, there we go. So we do have range 3 items. Now we have range 3 items. Okay. So the farthest range out is just 3. So that means the only one at range 3 is zone number 403. So 401, 402, 403. Those are the only zones that are within line of sight. Okay, let's write this down actually. So we get for range 0, IDs for range 1, IDs for range 2. Okay. And then, we should also maybe store element IDs. So this will also interactable element IDs. So this will also, so in this case that's empty because there's no elements to interact with here. There's no like doors to close, there's no zombie spawners, none of that. Everything else pretty much just like if you're interacting with a door, you have to be right up against the door. If you're interacting with a car, you have to be right up at the car. So, yeah. Okay. And this is why cars are going to be a whole thing, because cars can move around, and we need to have movable elements in that regard. Well, they're not really map elements. They're more just items. I think that's the best way to deal with it. Okay. So then for 402, there's still no elements to interact with, but so within areas, I guess, range 0 just includes yourself. So you just want range 1. Okay. And the things that are in range 1 are 401 and 403. Things that are in range 2 of this bottom part here are going to be whatever this future element out here is going to be. Okay, so let's maybe... Okay, so I think establishing the database at the same time as we place these zones is going to be the best way to do this. Nope. This way. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's maybe bump it up. There we go. -6. There we go. Okay. 18. Wait. Okay. 6, 6, 7. 6, 7? Oh. Okay. Okay. So that's width 1.8. 6.67 and 0.47. Okay. That'll have zone ID 404. So the things in range of 402. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna place this over here on the other screen. So y'all are not gonna be able to see that, unfortunately, so sorry about that. But this is what we gotta do. Okay. You know what would be really smart? Let's do this. Let's label the zones. We did this with Ticket to Ride as well. Let's label the zones. What a clever and smart idea. Oh my gosh, I'm so smart. let's label the zones before we try to place them. That way we can keep everything organized. And I did the same thing with Ticket to Ride, and you know where that landed? It works out quite well. Okay. Let's just call it map. There we go. Don't know why I didn't think to do that before. Okay. So this will also be a good chance to label what the different zones are actually going to be. And that way we can place the zones and create the database and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So let's see. So this is zone 1. This is zone 2. Here's zone 3. Here's zone 4. Zone 5. Nope, can't extend out there. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, nope, 19, this will be zone 20. Okay. And then we gotta have individuals. Okay, so did we get all the street zones here? I think so. So in between all the crosswalks is where all the zones are going to be placed. And then, let's see. From there, we start talking about these rooms. So there's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 is over here, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, this is 33, oh yeah, this whole thing's 33, 34. You know what, this will also be a good chance to have the reference for the Minecraft textures, just because otherwise I'm going to get confused on what's actually a room and what's just decoration. We actually just saw me get confused there, so let's make sure everything's organized here. Yes. Okay, so we got 3 rooms there. We do in fact have 4 rooms there. That's 2 rooms there. That's 2 rooms there. And yeah, and then that's 35. Here's 36. And then over here we got 4 rooms each. Okay. So that's zone ID 37, 38, 39, oops. And 40. And then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Okay, so there's 48 different zones on this map. And this is one of the biggest maps, so it should be fine. Now for the elements. There's element number 1, 2, 3, 4. We just gotta assign these numbers. Actually, you know what? Let's label all the doors first, then the objectives, then some of the spawners. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. 8. A 9. And 10. And then... Are there only ever 10 doors on a map? Because if so, that would make things really convenient. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, what? 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are there always 10 doors? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold up. 3, 10 there. 3, 4 doors there. Okay, so there's not always 10 doors. This one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 4, 5, 6. That one has 6 doors. 4 doors there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 doors there. Okay. So at most there's going to be 10 doors. Well, that makes things extremely convenient. Remarkably convenient, even. Okay. Okay. Let's make room for maybe having 20. There's exactly 10 doors. Crap. So I'm not quite gonna be able to use like the 10's place necessarily. I don't think. Okay. Okay. So there's 10 doors. Actually, yeah, it shouldn't matter too much. Okay. Let's label the objectives. What's the objective of this? Okay. Okay, I gotta reach the red danger level. Okay. There's 11, 12, 13. We could do 14. There's 15. There's 16. And 17. And, okay. Let me search through on how to do searching. Because if the searching is based on, like, interior versus exterior, that might make, like, is it based on the zone, or is it based on only you can search in specific places? Only if that space is no zombies. Okay. It looks like... Let's go down. Searching. You can search a car. Okay, so it is actually based on, okay, so it is actually, so it's based on zone. Beautiful! Oh my gosh, thank you, Zombicide makers. Okay, so I don't have to create different IDs for the zones. I just have to consider, like, which zones are interiors versus exteriors, which, fine. You know what? Cool. Cool. I can just directly use the zone ID. Okay, sweet. How many objective tokens can there be? Yes, they prepared for the existence of some dummy like me attempting to build a ridiculously complicated game like this. They planned for an idiot programmer to rise and try to make a game. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 objectives. How many? What's the maximum number of objective tokens? There's 1 there. This one has 7. This one has 4, 5, 6, 7. This one has 2, 3, 4, 5 there. This one has none. That one's got 1. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's assume the maximum there is also 10. Okay. So then, let's label the zombie spawns. That'll just be zone 20, 21. There's a lot of zombie spawners. 22, 23. And that'll be in the 2s. That'll be the 20s in the 10s place for element ID. And then, I guess this can be item 30. Because we can assume that there's going to be a maximum of 10 zombie spawners at any particular map. And so 30 is this. Well, do we need to include starting position? Starting position doesn't actually do anything. Okay. It's not a void element. We don't care. But there are abilities to destroy zombie spawners, which is a big deal. Actually, I think we do actually want element 30, because this is where new players can respawn. Okay, so that's an important thing to have, is a respawn point. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that needs to be considered? Do I need to label sewers? Might be a good idea to also label the sewers. Although, is there a point? I guess, yeah, because you can have zombies spawning in the sewers. Okay, so we do need that. Do we include that as a element ID, or do we include that as a separate, like a sewer ID? Nah, it counts as a void element. Okay. Let's do that then. I think there's a lot more than 10 sewers, though, on a particular map. Wait, are there? Hey, none. Does every board tile only have one sewer? See, this is what y'all come to the streams for, right? It's to watch me count sewers. Okay. Let's blow up the size here. There's one sewer. Is there a map with more than one sewer on it? There is not. Aha. So at maximum, there's 16 sewers. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just label them. So this will use in the 40s. Wait. And the sewers. Yes, you're here to count sewers. What's up, Phantom Toast? You're totally fine. Oh, you're always welcome here. That's, welcome to Olive Garden. When you're here, you're early. Okay. You've been so occupied today. Hey, that's fine. Occupied with Valentine's, huh? Ah, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding, by the way. That's a joke. I'm sorry. Okay. So, brainwave here. The sewer, there's only one sewer per map, per board tile, and they're in a fixed position. We know exactly where the sewer is going to be because the sewers are like dependent on the rotation of the board tile. Like no matter which way this board tile is rotated, the sewer is always going to be 90 degrees to the right. This is even easier than that. So we don't have to mark sewers at all. You know what? Let me write that down. My info thing is okay. So search tokens, search elements based on the zone, or label them with zone ID. You only have one per zone. And they are located within each room of a building. And then also sewers. There's only one per board tile, and they are in fixed position relative to the center of the board tile. So you gotta rotate with the tile. Okay, so we don't need ID systems for sewers, and we don't need ID systems for the search elements. Okay, look at us, we're making things efficient. How awesome is that? Okay. Okay, this is working well. Okay, and then cars are not elements because they can move around and we don't care what they do. We just don't care. Okay. What's the cup sound? It's like a... It's a... Something like that. Anyways, it's so cool. Okay, if either of you want to hop onto the server, we can play some games if you'd like. Yeah, I think this right here is already some pretty good progress for Zombicide. We have, oh, Phantom, check this out. You want to place down a zone on a Zombicide? I can just plop this down. I go, actually, I want it nudged over here. No, actually, I want it over here. And then, ooh, I want the selection to be a little bit bigger. Nah, actually, let's make it a little smaller. Ah, I'm getting overexcited. Okay. I can go, I want that a little bigger. Nah, actually, let's make it a little smaller. Okay. How cool is that? So, yeah. So I think our first map is going to be the 24-hour race of Zombicide, because this is a map that has one of everything. Literally everything. So, yeah, we'll be able to do whatever we want here. Or once we get this one map going, we can just build all the other maps and they're all basically the same. Or they're just going to be the same elements, just moved in different places. And most importantly, it has multiple of everything. So, like, it has multiple cars, it has multiple zombie spawners, multiple doors, which is important. Okay, JavaMonk. Okay, what? If you go into the server and it's all snow. Oh, you put snow down? You can explain? I mean, does it look good? No snow here yet. I assume it's at the board game hub. I don't see snow. Oh, you're not on. Oh yeah, Serene Season's on. That doesn't impact the server. Wait, you were able to join? Wait, were you able to join the server with Were you able to join the server with Serene Seasons on? In that case, it might have just had the Serene Seasons effects then. Because this server's vanilla, so Serene Season stuff wouldn't pop up. It wouldn't change like the weather or anything like that. Okay. Huh, fascinating. So I guess there's some parts of Serene Seasons that just that actually work, even when you got a mod on. Fascinating. Wait to remove it just in case. Okay, cool. CJ! Hi! Where are you? Where are you? Yo, CJ! What's up? Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the server. Yeah, we're working on, yeah. That's what I was wondering, it was Christmas trees. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. What do you want to play? Do you want to play any games? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to build something? What do you want to do? Oh, by the way, CJ, so I started recording the next season of Nostalgia Trip, and anything needs testing. The fact that that's the first question you ask is like, I hope. Okay, this might be a pipe dream of mine, but like, I hope we can get to the point where that's not the first question that we ask. In fact, you know what? Let's make that today. Nothing needs testing until we find something that's broken. Okay? So what do you want to play? And we'll see if it's broken. Yeah. Yeah, I started recording Nostalgia Trip Season 2. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I started recording Nostalgia Trip Season 2. And I decided to build my base inside, like, hollow out a mountain and put my base inside there. There's just one problem. Endermen. I'm sorry, CJ, but Endermen are an absolute menace. They keep tearing apart my mountain. So, yeah. So that's a fun thing. Phantom's just gonna be listening to the stream. Okay, cool. No, come back. Come back. I do like you. I like you a lot. You're like a dear friend. You're such a dear friend to me. I like you so much. No. Same with you, Phantom, as well. Is this the Hermitcraft area? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the Hermitcraft. Alright. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, creepers, if they blow something up, it's because you were close to them. But Endermen just rip apart your mountain no matter what you do. Literally no matter what. There's no way to stop them. So, yeah. I'm gonna need to figure out some way to do like an Enderman defense. So, I'm sorry, CJ. But yeah, Endermen are a menace. We can do some mini golf. We can do some We could also just do Chinese checkers. You like Enderman? Yeah, Endermen are cool as like a mob, but yeah, they're a menace if you try to hollow out a mountain and live inside it. And only in those cases. Like, you pretty much never have to worry about them too much otherwise. But like, yeah, if you're trying to live inside a hollow mountain, you're gonna have problems. We can also just run around aimlessly. Yes, for lore, canonically speaking, CJ is the princess of Enderman. Ooh, mini golf. We can also do a board game. Ooh, Mastermind. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Anything new up here? Do you want to try to personalize the answer first? Sure. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I did, yes, I'm in the GCC HQ. You're in the GCC HQ. The ultimate, the ultimate efficient version of saying, are you in the Gaming Christmas Countdown headquarters? One of my modded worlds for an Ice and Fire mod pack. I did hollow out a cliffside. Oh. Okay. Is it ready? Okay. Let's warm up my mastermind. Try to think telepathically to CJ. What is CJ thinking? Yeah, Enderman probably third favorite. Right behind Phantoms. Phantom Toast and Creepers. Oh yeah. Yeah, Creepers are fun. They're fun unless you're in survival. Same with Phantoms. Phantoms are okay as long as you're not like trying to make like a time lapse. They prove to be quite annoying in the survival series whenever I would try to make like a third-person time lapse. Okay. Standard opening. None of the above. Yay. Okay. Gotta love none of the above. Okay. 2. Let's say it's yellow and green. So let's place yellow here and lime green there. So that means the other two colors are incorrect. So let's put light gray there and cyan there. Oh, okay. Yellow and green were not the correct ones. Okay. So that means the two correct ones were, well, Okay. So it could be that yellow or lime were the correct ones in both cases. Okay, so let's assume yellow is the correct color there. So we will assume that until we can no longer assume. Let's put brown there. Oh, actually, okay, so if lime is not the correct color there, then it was pink before. But it was in the wrong place, so let's, you know what, maybe it's gray that was the correct one. Let's do that. Okay. This gives more evidence to yellow being the correct color in the correct place. And in this case, gray is potentially the one that's in the that was in the wrong place, so let's put it over there. The other two colors are therefore incorrect in that case, under the assumptions that we've been making. try this. Okay, this leads more... Is it now credible that gray is in fact correct at all? Okay, so this gives more... That's further evidence to yellow being the correct place and color. What does that say about the fate of gray? That means gray is in fact not the correct color. So perhaps the correct color is pink. And then let's try those two. Okay. This gives more credibility to pink being the correct color. Okay. In that case, could we potentially have repeat colors? So the other two colors are incorrect. Okay, let's bring back lime. Okay, so these two... so we're assuming yellow and pink were the ones that are supposed to exist, but are just in the wrong place. So we're putting pink over there. And we're assuming pink is the one that's being referred to by the white block there, here, and presume... So if this is a red now here, that would give good indication. Yeah, now you can turn them off. Yeah, now you can turn off phantoms. You didn't used to be able to do that. Okay. So that means potentially we have a repeat color, and I think that repeat is orange, and perhaps pink as well. Aha. Okay. Oh shoot. We may have actually may have actually gotten some unhelpful information then. Okay, so let's go back over the options. So it's not red, orange, magenta, or light blue. None of those colors are present. Here, let's try gray. Well, it can't be gray, because if yellow and pink are the correct colors that are just in the wrong place, then it can't be gray or lime, which would mean lime is the one being referred to as missing here as well. Same with the light blue and light gray and cyan. You just become Toast 838 if you disable phantoms. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's put purple here. And let's put one of the other colors could... Okay, gray can't be there. I don't think gray exists at all. Yeah, I strongly suspect gray does not exist. In fact, it can't by the top row there. Okay, by row 2 there. So, if gray doesn't exist, then that means the color that is there... What other color could this row be referring to? So let's assume this color is referring... That white cube there is referring to the purple, which means it's not blue, and it's not gray. Gray doesn't exist. So perhaps it could be brown or green based on row 5 there. So let's try brown. Yo! Okay. Okay. Which color is the wrong one? Is it this one? Yo! Look familiar. Oh, it's the beds from the Gaming Christmas Countdown. Yo! 9 guesses. Yo. Okay. Heck yeah. Let's skip this on, because it gets weird. Okay. Alright, CJ. I guess let's reset and I shall make one for you. Let's see. I've got a... This is going to be a really niche reference, and I'm not sure if you'll get it, but it'll be really fun anyway, I think. Okay. Okay. One, 2, 6, 7. Of course not. Shoot. Oh, in that case, that should bump up like that. Start beats the 0. And we do that. Oh no, you're not gonna be able to guess this one. Actually. There you go. I may have gotten some. I may have guessed incorrectly with some of those things, but yeah. Okay, go for it. Nice auto clicker. Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Ah. Oop. Oopsie. Ah, I see. Oh, you're using the keyboard. Classic. Wave. I mean, that gives you a lot of information, right? Like, you now know a lot about these colors. Oop, got one. Hey, nice. Hold up, did I actually get? Let me check that. Yeah. Oh shoot. Ah, none. Never mind. Scoot it up. Yeah, that's fine. It's a double. Yep, yep. Wow, you got onto that really quickly. Yes, it is in fact a double. There's no time to explain, right? Oh, Nobu. Never mind. I really like No Time to Explain. And the fact that the acoustic version is called Some Time to Explain. I just think it's really funny. Let's see. Oh, nuts. Oh, it is actually incorrect. So Mastermind does not handle double colors. Yeah. So row number 9 should oh that's correct. Okay. Yo! Yay! Nice. Alright. What else do you want to play? Yes, it's your birthday, encoded in the block IDs. Like back when the wool ID system was a thing. Yep. I did unfortunately screw up this last digit. It should be this. I screwed up the last digit. Sorry. Okay. Okay. What do you want to do? What other game do you want to play? Ooh, do you want to play checkers? Ooh, me turn. Let's play checkers. Actually, do we want to do checkers or... Do you want to do checkers or chess? Indeed. Yeah, checkers. Yay! Okay. Do we want to do 8 by 8 or 10 by 10 or 12 by 12? How big of a board do we want? And then, of course, we got to play by the European version, the international version, and must capture the max. Do we want to do anything goofy with the board shape or the size? And this is a pretty big board, so. 10 by 10. Oops. Oh, right. Because we got a place. Oh, I'm wide. Let's go here. Nice. What's this one? Oh, slingshot. Nice. Unfortunately, we are in the international version, so I am able to jump backwards. And in fact, by this, I am in fact forced to jump backwards. So do keep in mind. You have to cancel before you can select again. Yeah, there you go. Worth it. Yep. Yep. I will say, checkers works quite smoothly. I'm kind of impressed. I am surprised by the fact that this is working so smoothly. Sorry. Just tell me, you know. Okay. Tell me no. Tell me it's okay. Tell me no. Nice. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I won't go there then. If that's a misclick, that's, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Might not want to do that. Yeah. Let's... Okay, but you can jump over 2 pieces. Look at this. It's definitely not a trap at all. %, not a trap. At all, in the slightest. Ooh, got the 4 formation. Nice. Let's pick that formation, shall we? Is this a passage? Don't mind if I do. Okay, looks like the music ran out, so let's finish up this round, and then we can end the stream. In the meantime, let's see. I could put on some like good kid with lyrics. Good Kid 3 is probably my favorite album in the collection. Okay. Ooh, is this a passageway? Mr. Red and Black pieces. Yeah, fair. That I don't might change, but I'm not afraid. I can't keep it together ever anyway. Every page isn't a survey. It will be okay. That I don't might change, but I'm not afraid. I can't keep it together ever anyway. Every page isn't a survey. It will be okay that way. That way. You can take 2. Oh, yo! Oh no, I did not expect that. Oh crap. I'm in danger. Said I don't mind change, but I'm not afraid. Can't keep it together anyway. Whenever you page isn't the survey, it will be okay. Yes, you can. You can kill a king if you capture it. But kings, like, so this is like, I'll have to move my pieces around a little bit before you can actually move that king safely. But once you do, I'm in trouble. Yeah, right now you can't move that king anywhere, but yeah. But soon I will be very much in trouble because kings are super powered in checkers. Okay. Yeah, now the king can... Oh no. Oh dear. Yep. I'm in danger. Escape says escape to hear the sound. It's staying. This song's called Mimi's Delivery Service. It's like Kiki's Delivery Service, but Mimi for some reason. I don't know who Mimi is. I am very much in danger now. Yeah, you got. This is getting out of hand. Now there's two of them. Yeah. Kings can really turn the tide. Especially since I don't have any kings of my own. Yep. I am in trouble. Yep. Yeah, you're pretty much unstoppable at this point. Oh, wait. Or maybe not. Underdog. Oh no. Yep. Yep. And I'm done for. That was incorrect. Black one. Yeah. The prophecy. Yep. See, I build them, CJ dominates them. Okay. Yeah, we'll end. Oh, you're winning, Java? No, I am not winning. Oh, actually. Well, okay. The real win is the friends that we make along the way, right? Right? Nah, you kicked me. Good job. So thank y'all for watching, and I shall see y'all later. Bye bye. I said bye bye. Can I make it go off with the bang? There we go. All right. Bye.